and good evening here to round 9 of the Craftsman Cup Series, coming to you at Chicagoland Speedway for tonight's race. Yet again, we're going back to back under the lights here, and another 1.5 mile track, but this time we're in Juliet. I think I've pronounced that correctly. I'm not too sure. But anyway, qualifying, if you watched it yesterday, happened. And as you can see there, the winner from last week at Charlotte, Matt McIntyre, start on the pole position, and he'll be alongside Cole Diva, by far his best qualifying of the season. Matt McLean, a lot more closer in the championship now to Christian Martin. He sits third in qualifying, and he'll be alongside Diego Ospina. Ospina's actually having some quite good qualifying sessions, it must be said. Let's see if he can stay up there the duration of the 50, I think it's like 53, 57 laps, something like that at all. So the pace car is going to pull off onto the track, and so is the other 42 drivers as well. They will do that. Here is the starting grid. Pace car is in 3 and 4. It's going to be 54 laps. It's going to be 54. I did check it. It was 54. I was close the first time with 53. So give us a bit of a break here. Anyway, the yellow safety car goes into the pit lane. Matt McIntyre will go when he wants to go, and we will get this race underway. There he goes. We're back. We're green flag. We're racing at Chicagoland. And yet again, the drivers are using the Super Speedway package, just hopefully to see some more overtakes, if you will. They didn't use it for qualifying, but they are using the Super Speedway package for the race tonight. It's going to be a tight run thing then to who's going to lead the first lap. I think it might be McIntyre. Yes, it was. So McIntyre leads a lap, and he will get himself 5 bonus points for that. Let's look at the cars then, all fanning out 3 wide, sometimes 4 wide, deep in the field. There's a look then at Wes McCall. He qualified 42nd, still is 42nd. Meanwhile, back up front with the leaders, and it is McIntyre, followed by McLean. Oh my goodness me, there's Stefan Papies going a high wide lane. Look at the amount of lines here these drivers taking into 1 and 2. That's actually quite awesome. I think there was a case to 5 wide back there with the 2 Andy Petrie boys there. There they are, Cody Lammers and Nick Gunther. I think there were 5 wide with Orman, Torgan, Tedisco and Jesse Turner by the look of it as well. So there was nearly a good case there to have 5 wide going into 1 and 2. So meanwhile, back up front, it is still McIntyre, who's led every lap here so far. Joshua Collard in 2nd, Matt McLean in 3rd, and here comes Charles Sanford around the outside for 4th place on Ospina, and takes it as well. So the outside line is really the fast line. Cole Diva, who started 2nd, is down to 5th, and Ospina now is relegated into 6th position. There we go, there's some 4 wide racing. Danny Wells put his forward in the middle. He and Cody Lammers, Sam Oskin, my apologies. And they all fan it out, yeah. There's a look at the championship leader there, back there in the middle of the pack. Did you see that there, Christian Martin? There he is there. He came across the line last time by in 32nd place. He's got Brand Disco right behind him. Nathan Ormond is going to go for a pass on the outside, which he tried to do so. Kyle Matthews having an even wider line. And let's see where Christian came across the line, and he came across in 34th, so he's lost a couple of spots, has Christian. But this is still very early goings in the race. It's about another 50 laps to go until the end of this race. Oh, and there's a crash, and Voiles is around, and it's been collected by someone, and a whole gang of drivers all involved. Turner, Gum, Ormond, Ketchum, Cars, Hart, Coulon is all involved. Oh, there's a lot of damage down Brand Disco, a lot of damage. Nick Gunther looks like he might have got involved in it. Michael Norman did as well. And there's more wrecking up front, and that is Richard Johnson. And his day is done. And the man that's also second in the championship, Zachary Fitzwater, is involved. Look at the damage on Carson Gum's car. So 2 separate wrecks that happened on lap number 6. And look at all these drivers, and all were involved. A lot of damage there to Brand Disco. I don't know, he could be out for the night as well, but damage problematic then for the man who came into this second in the championship, Zachary Fitzwater. The safety cars picked up the field. Here's a replay of the 2 separate incidents. Right, here is a replay to see what happens. We'll just look at here from Stephen Coulon's point of view. Looks like he was trying to go up into Michael Norman's path, and he was just not clear, wasn't he? That might have been a fault on the spotter's view on that. And then also the same thing must have happened there further down with Daniel Voiles too. Got a little bit of a clip there from the 24. And then here they all come. RJ Bishop. Yep, there they all come. James Qualls. Nick Gunther just spinning out of just avoidance there. The track is completely blocked there. You seen that there? There was like a brief moment there where the track was absolutely blocked. Look at that again. I mean, if there was anyone behind us here, there'd be no room for any car to get by other than going on the inside. Look there. It is completely and utterly blocked. You know? Absolutely nowhere to go. How many cars is there? There's like 1, 36, 9, 7, 5, 3, 17, 11, 18. That's about 8 cars nearly wide there. And the track is completely blocked. I mean, Jesse Turner, yeah, nowhere for him to go. Just hits into the 17. RJ Bishop, who was in the top 10 in the championship as well. Disaster for him. And let's see if we can look further forward then with the 4 and the 20, if we can get there in time. Oh, the wreck has already happened. Let's zoom back out. So Richard goes to the apron of the track, and then he's going to slide up right into Zachary. Yep, right into Zachary. And the 2, they're like pretty much like magnets. And then that's a hard hit on the outside wall for Richard Johnson. He DNF'd last week at Charlotte by finishing 42nd. He might be he is DNF'd already, because you see the smoke coming out of his Home Depot Pontiac. So another DNF then for Richard Johnson. He's going to be tumbling down the championship points. He was nearly in the top 10 a couple of races ago. He's going to be way down the championship order. So this is on board with Tractorga. Yeah, Christian Martin did get through that. I just noticed that too, because he was side by side with the 12, and he got through that. And there's the wreck further up ahead from Nathan Ormond's view. That track was completely blocked. And I tell you what, Nathan did extremely well to avoid all that. He did clip the wall. Probably put the brakes on a bit too hard. That's where he clipped into the wall, but relatively unscathed from Nathan Ormond's view. That track was completely blocked. And I tell you what, Nathan did extremely well to avoid all that. He did clip the wall. Probably put the brakes on a bit too hard. That's where he clipped into the wall, but relatively unscathed and from lower cars. Had to back out of the throttle because he nearly got into Noah Hart. Yeah, he couldn't see anything. Now he has to try and go his way through because it's completely blocked still. One more view. This is from Fitzwater, who was second in the championship. And there goes the point leader just going through. So he got through 2 accidents, did Christian Martin. Right, so the lights on the pace car are off. We are going to get back to some green flag racing here. We are on lap 10 out of 54. So we're going to be on lap 11 when the green flag is back out. Matt McIntyre then leads the field over Joshua Collard. McIntyre has led every lap. Matt McLean third, Charles Sanford fourth, Cole Diva in fifth, Diego Ospina sixth, Chris Summers in seventh, Poteet in eighth, Shelton in ninth, and Trent Dunham completes the top 10 as we are back underway. Oh, Collard's going low underneath the 93, side by side, as well as Sanford. Sanford may have got the job done on Matt McLean as they go on to sort the backstretch, which is really not well, it's not really a straightaway, isn't it? But it looks like Collard is going to lead. And indeed he will put Joshua Collard then at the front. I don't think he's actually led a lap. Did he lead a lap last week at Charlotte? I'm not quite sure. But anyway, Collard leads a lap and he gets 5 bonus points. And it's must needed there for Josh, as he's currently struggling in the points there. But he did have a great outing last week at Charlotte, finishing in the top 5, which is easily his best finish of the season. And we've got ourselves 3 Pontiacs now in the first 3 positions. Although Matt McLean will see something about it in the Chevrolet, driving right around the outside of the 10. And no, Sanford is clear, so now it's a Pontiac. It is now a Pontiac 1, 2, 3. McLean in 4 from the 3 wide for 5th all the way back. Now there is Chris Summers. He's into the top 10. He did lead laps at Charlotte. And he's on the outside of Cole Diva, who hasn't made a good start, as well as Shelton. And there's Anthony McCrory, who is battling up front for the win. Many drivers then taking different lines around Chicagoland Speedway. Let's keep an eye on where the championship leader is there. There he is, Christian Martin, right behind Levi McIntyre, the Las Vegas winner. And there's Ry Hayden on the outside, black and green 75. And there is Jeremy Tacos in the 28. And so far, Christian is sitting 21st at the moment. He did start in 29th, so it's an improvement of 8 positions here so far, as Papiez is on the high side and nearly going 3 wide, as Sam Oskin goes down a couple of lanes to try and pass Nathan Hudson, which ain't going to happen. Let's ride on board here with Kyle Matthews, just seeing what it's like. He's currently sitting 23rd at the minute. Tackles just ahead in the black and red, 28. Oh, he just gets into Jeremy, but no harm. I think that's McCrory there on the outside, trying to pass the 42 of Godiva on the outside, and I think he's actually made it work. So Cole Diva, from restarting in the 5th position, has fallen down. He's down now in P9. Might be lower down than that, actually. He's side by side now with Jessica Shelton. And he is sitting in the 9th position, 10th position now. So yeah, he's lost 5 positions on the restart. As looks like we've got a battle potentially for 2nd place. No, I think Sanford just dropped in line behind the 93. So the Pontiacs have definitely found something in these last couple of races, because you've got 4 Pontiacs in the top 5, but really 5 Pontiacs in the top 6. So I don't know if Pontiacs had a bit of an upgrade, but they certainly have got a superior following now up at the front. Sanford was looking underneath on the 93, but as we've seen now, the outside is the better line. Look at the drivers all taking their lines. Look at them. Seth Cole running 15th place, the Papyrus winner. Right behind the Texas winner. Nathan Hudson now just goes into the draft of Stefan Papiez. And Danny Wells is trying to make a pass on Dylan Young in the process. And there is the championship leader now side by side with Levi McIntyre, as Danny Wells will make it 3 wide going into turn 1. Right on the bottom, Cole on the outside, Young in the middle, but now drops in the path of Seth Cole. As Jamie Smith tries to go way down on the low lane. Let's look then at Ry Hayden, driving the WCW Ford. And there's the 33 of Cody Lammers. He's last in the point, so he wants a good finish here. Cody Lammers. Qualified 39th, he's up to 23rd, so that's a good showing. Nice there from Cody. His teammate Nick, who basically spun out in avoidance from the first caution wreck that happened at lap 6, I believe it was. Currently sitting in 29th, and he started 41st, so good improvement then for the Andy Petrie teammates. He's got RJ Bishop right in front of him, who's got his rear end is damaged. And Wes McCall, who started dead last, he's working his way slowly through the field, as Gunther's going to be in the 3 wide situation. Fell back through the field, Nico Ketchum, there's James Qualls, he doesn't have a bonnet. Daniel Voiles and Carson Gunn battling there, and there's Jesse Turner and Zachary Fitzwater. I think Fitzwater's going to be tumbling down the points here after this. As Brandon Ross is into the pit lane. Probably a problem then for the Richard Childress Goodwrench Chevrolet driver. Meanwhile, back up front, and Sanford's losing a little bit of ground on Matt McIntyre just ahead. As the chase is on then to try and hunt down the leader, Collard, and regain the lead back. But it is, as it stands at the moment, Collard leading, McIntyre second, Matt McIntyre, Charles Sanford third, McLean in fourth, Pote fifth, Summers sixth, seventh is Dunham, eighth is Ospina, Andy McCready ninth, and Cole Diva, after restarting fifth, is down to 10th. Let's see if we've got some activity going on. Yes, we do. Stephen Cole on, the rookie in the middle, and Cody Lammers down on the bottom of the racetrack. As well as Kyle Matthews running up top and just going by the 9 car. Oh, wow. Nick Gunther was not too happy with Wes McCall. Did you see Wes McCall had to make the sharp left to avoid him? The cars actually do look really, really slow there. Again, Nick is not looking a bit comfortable being in the middle there. That's the second time he freaked out a driver on the inside. This time it was no more cars, just the previous corner. Brandon Ross comes out of the pits now. You've got all 3 of the Hendrick drivers there all in shot. There is Kyle sitting 23rd. He's not really gained that much. He started 24th. He's only up to 23rd. RJ Bishop, who was involved in that accident, he's 26th. And Nathan Norman there is now 28th now as a result, as Nico Ketchum is now cut up to this pack, as well as Michael Norman. Meanwhile, back up front, Seth Cole trying to go around the outside of Stefan Papiez. That will be for the 14th position, I believe. Papiez will give Seth Cole the outside. And looks like he is going to make it stick if he can get a good run off of 4. As Cole Diva is challenging for 9th place on Anthony McCrory. And then just falls into line, but then dips out, goes back to the inside. Yeah, again, Seth Cole taking the high line to try and get by Stefan Papiez. Cole is in 14th place. Yeah, so this is a battle for 14th. As Seth and Stefan are still side by side. We are going to be seeing some pit stops very, very soon. You see, their best lap is a 32.245, and Seth Cole's running a 33.7, so they're 1.5 seconds slower than what they are, as we're now reaching half distance now in this race. So they're already a big 1.6 seconds off the pace, so they're going to have to put some tyres on. So we might see some green flag pit stops, and it's going to be happening. Just looking deep in the field here. Trek-Torga there. There's Westbrook on the outside. Oh, it looks like we're going to see some pit stops right now, as Nick Gunther and Trek-Torga are going to be the first ones to pit. Yep, indeed they are. They are the first ones to pit, as well as Brandon Ross. But he's got problems on his Chevrolet. Still Collard leading, followed by Matt McIntyre in second, Sanford third. McLean wanting to get that third spot away from Sanford, but can't do it just yet. Pulte still runs in fifth and Summers in sixth. Now, will other drivers come into the pits this time around? Looks like it's going to be all the leaders. No, the leaders actually stay out. And it's going to be Matt McLean that's going to be the first to come in this time around, as well as a whole gang of cars too. Pulte, Summers, Dunham, McCrory. And out goes Gunther and Torga. And here come the other guys that are doing an extra lap. And wow, Stephen Cole will nearly get into Kyle Matthews, Michael Norman. There's a look at Jesse Turner and Zachary Fitzwater. They will have almost have pitted. Oh, Brandon Rosson again. Right, and now the leader is into the pit lane, as well as Sanford. And McIntyre stays out to do yet another lap, as well as Cool Diva. So McIntyre inherits the lead yet again. Out goes Pulte. Out goes Brandon Ross. He'll be like many laps down. Out goes McLean. Is he just gone out ahead? Oh, wow, it's an absolute rush hour of cars coming out of the pits. Look at them all. Out they all come. So in goes Collard. I'm just waiting to see if McIntyre's into the pits now. And I think he is now indeed. Yes, Matt McIntyre will head into the pits, as well as Cole Diva, as well as Dylan Young, Danny Wells and Levi McIntyre. But RG Bishop stays out. So it looks like RG Bishop is going to lead a lap, and he's going to get 5 bonus points. And this car's damaged too. So RG Bishop, he might be in the top 10 in the championship. It's going to hamper him though when he makes his pit stop, because he's going to be way down the order. But on the plus side, he'll have fresher tyres than the other drivers that have made a pit stop. So RG leads the race. Nico Ketchum in second place. Here comes Joshua Collard. He's going to come out ahead of Matt McLean by the looks of it. Oh, has McLean got the run? McLean is through. So this is effectively the battle for the lead, when Ketchum and RG Bishop will make their pit stop. Jesse Turner is also into the pits. Put on some new tyres then on his car. So as it stands at the moment there, Matt McLean... Oh, Cole Diva's just come out the pit lane, so we will see Matt McIntyre somewhere. There he is. So effectively, Matt McLean, when both Ketchum and Bishop will get their pit stops, which I don't know when it will be. And RG is staying out, and he's doing yet another lap. So more laps than leading in for RG. Nico also stays out. So effectively, this is the battle here for the lead. Or effectively, when Ketchum and Bishop will make their pit stops, the leader is Matt McLean. He's actually currently showing in 5th position. Who's 4th? Who's 3rd and 4th? Oh, there's your 3rd place driver, James Qualls. Yeah, so all these drivers are a lap ahead of these drivers that have made a pit stop. Who's running 4th at the moment? I can't see who's running in 4th place. Can't see. Oh, there he is there, Daniel Voyle. So he's the first to pit. And just see the positions then all tumble down. So again, yeah, still RG still leading the field on that 34 out of 54. 2nd place is Nico Ketchum. Oh, in fact, Nico must have pitted too. Yep, indeed, Nico has pitted. So now, effectively, that's Matt McLean now into P3. Now, Matt McLean, yeah, Matt's into 3rd place, but he is a lap down. And he's going to try and unlap himself from RG. And he drives on the inside. Out goes Daniel Voiles. And there you go. So now Matt McLean must have got held up a little bit because Joshua Collard's got a full head of steam. And he's all over the back of the Budweiser Chevrolet. Oh, and RG can't pit because Nick Gunther's just passed him on the inside. So, again, RG's still leading, but a whole host of drivers that have got fresher tyres have unlapped themselves as Voiles looks... Sorry, not Voiles. Dylan Pote goes to the inside of Sanfa. The other driver must have came into the pits as well. So, it's only RG Bishop then that has not yet made a pit stop. Or he actually made the pit stop during the caution because of the damage. I forgot about that, yeah. Let's see, does RG pit in this time by? Yes, indeed he does. Oh, look at that, we're 4 wide there with Ospina and Kyle Matthews and that. Well, they went down to 3 wide now as a result. Change the camera view here, there we are. So now, effectively, now everybody has made their pit stops. Let's go through a rundown then with less than 20 laps to go. Matt McLean then in the lead. Second is Joshua Collard. Nick Gunther, who was one of the earliest drivers to pit, he's now running in 3rd position. Don't forget, he qualified 41st. He did avoid the first caution wreck. Fitzwater's just come out onto the track. There's Brandon Ross again, making another pit stop. But yeah, Gunther was one of the first drivers to make a pit stop, and there he is there, running in 3rd position. Sanford 4th, Poteet 5th, Daniel Voiles is a lap down in 37th position. Then you've got Matt McIntyre then, who is in 6th place by the looks of it, yeah. So McIntyre's going to go up into 6th, Tackles is in 7th, and look at this mess of drivers right here. Led by Diego Ospina. Let's ride with Chris Summers. Just see this whole gargantuan of cars here. Oh, trying to find out. Oh, Nathan Norman just slides up on Chris Summers. And look who's there right ahead of him behind the stick code car. Christian Martin, the championship leader. Trek Torger was also one of the first drivers to pit. There was only 2 drivers that pitted in the green flag situation. It was Gunther and Torger. Torger's just running outside the top 10 in 11th. Then you got Jessica Shelton. She's also there too in 12th. Oh no, that might actually be top 10 now for Trek. Is it 10th place for him? Yep, 10th place now for Trek Torger. Now they're 3 wide. So, well, this is great racing here. We will go through a rundown then of where the drivers came out in the pits as Kyle Matthews has a look underneath Torger. And look at Christian Martin on the outside. This is going to be a good point stay here for Christian Martin. Fitzwater's struggling. I think Tackles is up there, so he's not going to any too much points away from him. Oh, look, like I say, with some great racing further back here as well. There's Noah Cars there. He's running 30th place along with Norman. Fitzwater, who's a lap down, I believe. Stefan Papiez is back there. Noah Hart, who was involved in the accident. And Danny Wells, too. Danny Wells, I think he's in the top 5 in the points. This is not good for him. So he needs to get by. Is there 4 wide now? Oh, wow. Oh, that's tight. Look how close that is there. Still 4 wide across the tri-oval. Oh, and Sefco nearly gets into Noah Cars. Noah never backed out the throttle. Seth did because he was going up on the 44. Proper balls of steel that from Noah Cars there. What driving that was there. So we'll give you then a rundown after the pit stops there as Matt McLean is trying to get by Jesse Turner, but his lead could be under threat from Joshua Collard. Collard is side by side, but he's got the lap car of Jesse Turner. And here comes Sanford. Sanford's going to try and get second place away from Collard. And I think Sanford will go into second place now because of Collard getting held up with the damaged car of Jesse Turner. So yes, Sanford's now in the second place. He wants to lead this thing now. So like I says, it's now McLean in the lead. Sanford second. The third is McLean. Fourth is Gunther. Fifth is Pulte. We've got the lap card of Daniel Voiles there too. Matt McIntyre in sixth. Jeremy Tacos in seventh. Ospina's eighth. McCreary ninth. And Christian Martin, the championship leader, avoided the first lap 2 wrecks. The first caution, sorry. And he's up there now in the top 10 position. But look at this gaggle of cars behind. It's anyway, which way you look, they're 3 wide for the 11th place there. Torga, Smith and Cody Lammers. Then you got Matthews, Shelton. Then you got Nathan Hudson also in there. You've even got Stephen Colon in the mix there too. Sama Oskin, Ray Hayden, Dunham, Diva, McCall, Ormond, Dylan Young, all here. There's Levi, the Las Vegas winner. He sits in 17th place. Levi started 25th, so it's a slow progress then, as we've got less than 10 laps to go. Let's see if there's any improvements here. Joshua Collard trying to get second place back from Sanford. Will Sanford get the run off of 2? Yeah, Collard gives him the run, gives him the room. They're still side by side, and all this more battling side by side is going to allow Matt McLean to pull away. Daniel Voiles, he's not running in 4th position. He's running 37th at the minute. 36th, my apologies. He's running a lap down. As Matt McIntyre has gone up into 4th place. He's passed Nick Gunther. So the couple of laps tyres on Nick Gunther is starting to wear now. Let's see where Trek Target is, because don't forget them two were the first to pit. There he is. They're still stuck on the outside as Jimmy Smith nearly gets into him. Currently sits in 12th place then for the 66. Oh, I think that was Ry Hayden. Ry Hayden was going to make it 3 wide and put Chris Summers in the middle. So Chevrolet on the outside, Pontiac in the middle, Ford on the bottom. This is such a great race. I mean, even apart from the first the caution here, the race has been absolutely exciting. It's been thrilling to watch. Look at these drivers there. They're all still battling for positions, trying to get more championship points to try and help their championship. It looks like Kyle Matthews has freed himself from this pack of cars here. As we're nearly coming down then on 9 laps to go, as Oskin thinks about looking low on Jamie Smith. Meanwhile, back up front, and Daniel Voiles has unlapped himself from the 10 of Charles Sanford. I wonder if he could upset the party with this. But it is Matt McLean still leading, Joshua Collard in second. Then it's the lap car of Daniel Voiles as Brandon Ross yet again pulls into the pit lane. So Sanford's in 3rd, McIntyre in 4th, Gunther in 5th, Tacos in 6th, and Pulte 7th. And that's Ospina just passing the lap car of Jesse Turner. Then you've got 9th place Andy McCreary, and Christian Martin is actually catching up to the 50 machine. Trek Talker's tyres are starting to wear away now. You can see him, he's falling down the order. He's side by side with Hudson and Shelton and Ry Hayden and Wes McCall and Chris Summers, and Oskin's past him, Diva's past him, Jamie Smith is past him. We've got 5 laps to go, and Danny Wells has actually caught up to this battle here. Danny Wells, there he is. Currently running 27th place. He's got some fresher tyres on this. And he goes to the inside of Nathan Ormond, as we have got 4 more laps of racing still to go until we crown ourselves a Chicagoland winner here. And look, and look at Daniel Voiles. Daniel Voiles is trying to unlap himself from the 2 leaders here. Look at the run that Daniel Voiles has on Matt McLean. Anyway, we've got 3 laps of racing to go. Collard looks to the inside, but he's just trying to move out of the way of the 36 here. I mean, even though the 36 car, he was involved in that first caution, probably the only caution out of this race at the minute. But still, can Matt McLean hold on to get a win and book himself into the All-Star race? He's only got 2 more laps to do then as he comes across the stripe. And now Voiles has nearly unlapped himself from the 8. 2 laps to go now. But the 43 is right there as Matt McIntyre looks to the inside of Charles Sanfer. Collard now goes down low. Daniel Voiles has unlapped himself. He's back on the lead lap, but it looks like Collard is through too. Joshua Collard is going to take the lead, is he? That is what you call opportunistic at the right time, and Collard leads this race as we're coming to get the white flag lap. Look at Matt McIntyre, he's gone into the 3rd position. He wants 2nd place on McLean. White flag is in the air, 1 more lap to go. Collard is now leading. Is McLean's tyre starting to wear thin? Yep, he's lost 2nd spot now to Matt McLean. 1 more turn to go for Joshua Collard to hold on to get his first win in the CCS. It looks good. It looks completely good to me. Off of turn number 4, Joshua Collard has had a really tough start of the season, but he will win at Chicagoland. As all the other drivers then comes across the line to take the checkered flag. There's that tremendous gaggle of cars right there. But who would have thought that? Joshua Collard, he was like last in the points. He is going to really move up the championship there with that win. And that also has a good pattern too. If you think back to last week, Collard started on the pole, Matt McIntyre won the race. And here we are tonight, well this weekend, Matt McIntyre got the pole and Collard wins the race. That's a good pattern, isn't it? Anyway, Collard has made his way into the All-Star race. Congratulations to him. You'll see him going out through the championship order now with that win for him. So like I said, oh, there's Brandon Ross. He comes back out again. No need to. The race is over now, Brandon. But anyway, congratulations then. Thank you so much for watching this race. I hope it was fun, just as much as was in the comments. Oh, what was Trek Togger doing there? That was interesting. But anyway, Collard wins. Give this race a like and a subscribe. And also comment down below, please. That'd be very appreciative. And we'll see you again for next week's race at Talladega. So till then, bye-bye.